Hello, folks, and welcome to week number 10. So, first and foremost, obviously, you're watching that weekly video right there. So, I want you to continue your research discussion round 3 in Google Docs. So, your group should have a Google Doc. You guys should be working on it as a group. Your articles are listed, of course, over on the left side, and then 3 columns. What claims does the article make? What information do we need to confirm or deny those claims? And finally, this week, what I want you guys to finish up and fill out and finish up is who would collect and publish this information. And when I ask this, I don't mean the government. I mean something really specific. Is there a specific government agency that collects this data? Is there an organization that collects this data? Where would we go to try to find this information? I'll give you a clue that the consumer confidence, for example, is monitored by something called the Consumer Confidence Index. There is an organization that developed that statistical measure that monitors it month after month, and it has for 40 years now, or 35 years at least. And that's the place we would go to figure out whether or not consumer confidence was at an all-time low. That's really just sort of the basic premise here, is that who is that organization? And if you guys do a very quick Google search for Consumer Confidence Index, you'll figure out who that is that might house that data. So again, any work you have not done on these 2 columns here, complete, and then add where we could go to find that information in the 3rd column. I want that done by this week because next week we are actually going to start working as a group to try to answer some questions. All right, from there, I want you to look for your feedback on Essay 3 research questions. You should have that within a day or so. I'm going to try to get that turned around you as fast as possible to sort of give you some guidance. One of the things I want you to pay attention to is the feedback on it, not just, oh, I got 100 on it, because if you did it and it's basically in line with what I'm hoping for, you're going to get 100 on it. What I want you to do is to go in and pay attention to the feedback, because that is where I'm actually giving you advice on questions to add, questions that aren't going to be helpful, questions that are answerable, these sorts of things, okay? I'm trying to help you tweak your list of questions such that you can do a good job. After that, tweak your questions as you need to, and then I want you to begin the research process. So if we go down here, there is research process part 1. That's a video I put together, sort of thinking theoretically about the research process, and I want you to watch that. Then library research with Professor Moore. This is a live presentation she did for one of my classes. We recorded that. Please watch this. Particularly pay attention to the part where she walks us through using OneSearch. Okay. This is a link to precision searching from one of our books. Please read that. Watch a quick OneSearch Basics tutorial from the library. Okay, so all of those things. After that, what I want you to be doing is working on actually answering these questions. And you can see here's a sample. Of course, the red question, that central research question, and the green ones, the smaller chunks of that if we add all these green chunks together, we should be able to answer the red question. Okay, that's called synthesis. What we should be doing for each green question is identifying an answer and then a citation as a place that provides that information. Okay, so again, going to be an opportunity for me to be able to come back to you and say, it looks like you're on the right track here, or is this a credible source, and how do you know it's a credible source? So that's all located in this research process section in number 5. Okay, again, if you're struggling, if you've done a couple searches and you're finding nothing, that's fine. Please reach out. Either hit the Ask a Librarian button off our homepage, contact Professor Moore directly, or reach out to me. Any of us can help you find some sources here. Okay, it's very unlikely you're not going to be able to find information because I hopefully did a good job giving you feedback on your proposals and your research questions, such that the questions you're asking should be something that I'm pretty convinced you're going to be able to find information to answer. All right. Once you feel like you have a good understanding of your research answers, I want you to watch this video on introductory paragraphs. And introductory paragraphs are really, in this case, about contextualizing the problem that you're working your way through here. In this case, it's whether or not this news story is accurate. So you can introduce and summarize this news story and start to pose the question as to whether or not it's accurate. Please watch the video on introductory paragraphs, take a look at the sample introductory paragraph here, and write your introductory paragraph. So that's actually all the work for this week. We've got 3 key things. Number 1, work with your group to complete the grid in Google Docs. Number 2, watch all the information on the research process and complete the research process on Essay 3 questions. And then number 3, I want you to actually work through writing the introductory paragraph of Essay 3. As always, if you have questions along the way, please don't hesitate to reach out.